Alright, today, question from KTMC. How do you decide on or prioritize enhancement to your software? Yeah, well, I wrote a few things and it goes like this. The first thing is I need to understand the struggle. It's all fine telling me, hey, I need to be able to do X. If I don't understand why, it means that I won't be able to do it because it could be that what they actually want could actually be achieved in a different way, which is probably more efficient sometimes. Do I need to give examples? Very abstract. If someone needs to do, I don't know, delete something, for example, it could be that the reason why they need to delete something is they don't know that they can update some data, for example. So they feel like, oh, I need to delete and re-import, where in fact you can just update. So the delete function may not be needed. It's a very broad example, probably a bad one, but that's the gist of it. So I need to understand why they need to do it, what they're actually trying to achieve with that. And then I need to figure out, is it a problem that I want to solve? Is it a problem that I can solve? And is it aligned with the direction of the product? Where do I put my efforts? A good example would be if someone pushed me more into a CRM type of product. I have to ask myself, do I actually want to include CRM type features in my product or not? That's not something the customer can tell me. I have to make the decision for the direction of the product, its positioning. I also need to hear it more than once, most of the time. And I say most of the time because sometimes I could get very excited about one idea. But then in this case, I will do my sort of like research. I will either talk to people I do demos and just hint or try to discover this is a problem for them, or I will just contact my Facebook group, say, hey, quick pulse guys, what do you think of this idea? And if also people get excited and I'm also excited about the idea, then that can get a snowball effect that will lead to me implementing the feature. Yeah, and one other thing as well that I will be excited if I understand also how much value that's going to bring to the user. And by value, I mean like saving time or ease of use, or if I understand how that works and I understand how to do it, then there's a high chance I will do it if it's aligned with the product, as I say. We don't have much resources in my company, so we can't really waste time on building things that don't need to be built, which is a good thing. But we don't keep a backlog of all the request features. If this is something important, we're gonna hear it more than once. Very often what happens is in company you have like a huge backlog of things to do and they just never get done, and at some point someone comes in and say, right, let's archive all of that and start again. So we don't do that. We have very few features that we actually archiving. If I keep on hearing it, then it's a feature that needs to be done. And finally, one big advantage of being a small company as well is I do have access to support, to sales by doing demos and also development. So this is very important because the communication between all the three departments needs to happen very fast in order to figure out what are you going to build. So for example, if support doesn't actually bubble up the information that something needs to happen, and if sales doesn't actually bubble up information that the customers are looking for something, and if development doesn't actually bubble up things that can be done, it's very difficult to do product roadmap or things like that without having an understanding of all those departments. When we are a small company and then one person can be equally doing a sales demo, jumping on a support call, and also doing development, then it's much easier to just draw the lines between all the dots and then figure out what really needs to be built so it has maximum impact and maximum benefit for the user. That's it for today. If you have any questions, as usual, write a comment down. Could be a follow-up questions. Happy to answer them too. And if you like it, thumbs up. And that's it for today. I see you tomorrow.